Stupid logo. Yeah, that's better. You can get it. Marvelous.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the channel, y'all. And look, delinquents. Yesterday, if you missed our video, we ended up packing up OP12 Green Zoro for the streets. A lot of people are asking how to beat the best deck, because that is the best deck in the format, probably for the rest of the whole entire format, even with PRB2. So if you guys do not know how to play that deck or play against it, or just want a deck list, card at the top. But nonetheless, today, this is Silver's Rally's day. Today is the day that Silver's Rally's old ass finally gets packed up, because Goldie Roger is not here, and that's a fact, not an opinion. Yes, you heard me right. Today is the day. If you guys didn't know, if you guys live in Uneven Tree, if you look at the stats, Silver's Rally is the second best deck of the format. I said this before the sim results even came out, because, you know, we're nothing but higher level thinkers over here, okay? Bad bitch getters over here, okay? Drips too hard, bitch too bad, and a tree's too strong, and that's a fact, not an opinion.
Drip too hard, don't stand too close, you gon' fuck around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows.
So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into how to beat this OP12 Silver's Rally for the streets, gang. Let's get it. So welcome back. This is an OP12. Actually, this is the OP13 list. So if you guys did want to pick up this deck going into OP13 to save you guys some money, this deck actually topped. This is the same exact list, already topped at OP13. So if you guys did want to, you know, pick up this deck now, and this is going to be your future deck moving forward, these are the cards that you're going to need to get. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and read its leader ability. You cannot have cards with a cost of 5 or more in your deck according to the rules. When we first saw this leader, everybody thought this was trash because we didn't see any support. That stipulation, just you can't play any 5 or more in your deck, is actually pretty trash. So everyone wrote this off. But activate main once per turn. You may reveal 2 event cards from your hand. Give up to one of your characters with a base of 4,000 or less, 2,000 power during this turn. So pretty much this is a replacement to Zoro. If you guys do not know, Bandai's still keeping their guns high and pointing right at us with this block rotation, this block waste of time.
Hey, ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit.
So if you guys did want to have a replacement for Zoro, Red Zoro, OP10, this is going to be the deck for you. This is, like I said, this is the second best deck in the format. And let's briefly go over all of these cards, and then we can just show you how to beat this deck, which is very, very simple. This is a searcher. And you have to just take notice of this card because it can't be destroyed by slash. Searcher, very good utility card. Searcher, and just very good utility card. Rusher, very good utility card, just being able to have that plus 3,000 power and a draw if it gets KO'd. Event, this is really board removal. Event, the staple and glue of the deck. We'll get into this in just a little bit. And this is your game ender right here. So this is pretty much your staple set of cards that you're really just going to be used for this deck. I'm gonna be real with y'all, this is the best rushing deck in the game at this current point in time. So let's go ahead and get straight into how to beat. So not how to beat, but the cards to look out for. These are the cards you really truly just need to look out for. We already went over the leader. Buggy, like I said earlier, the only thing you really just need to look out for is the fact that it cannot be killed by slash. So if you guys are playing Zoro, anything that's green Cavendish, anything in that Zoro deck, just remember you cannot KO this with slash. So that means this is just going to sit on the board. This is another important card, Sanji. This allows you to bring up your attack on this particular card to 7,000, and with the leader effect it's at 9,000 power. So this is a very important card you guys need to watch. This is a searcher at an OP12. Let's go ahead and read it. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 red event or Monkey D Luffy and put it into your hand, then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. Activate main. You may trash this card, give up to 2 Rested Dawn to one of your leaders or characters. So like I said, this, if you guys haven't noticed, a lot of these cards in this deck have to do with searching out Luffy. So we're gonna go ahead and get straight into into it once we reach that Luffy. This is a game-ending card, a good utility game-ending card, and this is the card. This is the staple and glue of the deck. You remember how I told you guys Sanji Pudding is the staple and glue for green, purple Luffy? This is the staple and glue of the deck. If you remove this card and this card, you're pretty much just going to win. The goal of this whole entire deck is to really just to find this card out of OP12. It's a 1k counter, 4,000 power, 4 drop. I'm sorry. If you have 2 or more attached Don cards on the field, this character gains 2,000 power. So that's another reason why it's so good. And on play, you may reveal 2 event cards from your hand, play up to 1 red character with a power of 3,000 or less from your hand, then give up to 1 rested Don to your leader or one of your characters. So pretty much the name of the game is get rid of this card and you pretty much have a free game right in front of you. Just watch out for these events on your turn, because this is a free 2,000 power as well, and also this right here for some board removal. So let's go ahead and get straight into how to beat this deck. How do you beat this deck? First thing is you have to make them go first. Like I said earlier, the name of the game is this fucking Luffy right here, and also this Sanji. So if you make them wait even longer than they really need to, they're really going to get crippled from just them going first. Like I said, this is the staple glue of this deck is this Monkey D Luffy, so make them go first. The second way to really beat this deck is board removal. Not necessarily board removal, it's just really truly just removing this fucking Monkey D Luffy. Like I've been saying throughout this whole entire video so far, this Monkey D Luffy is the staple glue of the deck. If you remove this and remove this deck pretty much falls and crumbles to the ground. This is pretty much it. So make sure you guys watch out for these 2 cards, okay, especially this Monkey D Luffy. So the third way for you guys to really beat this deck is to starve Silver's Rayleigh. The thing about this deck is that if we actually take a look at the Silver's Rayleigh's deck, the Silver's Rayleigh deck plays a lot of peanut characters, cockroach characters, you know, characters, ants, you know, these are all small body characters. And the biggest thing about this deck is that when it's your turn, you could destroy pretty much everything. This deck really truly loses the starve. So if you starve, and if you guys don't know what starve means, that means you do not attack into their life. Every time it's your turn, just clear the fucking board and make them use all of their cards you know, in their hand onto the board or encounter. And that's a fact, not an opinion. And once you get to late game and you end up blowing up everything and they only got 1 or 2 cards on the field and you remove this Monkey D Luffy and this Sanji, then that's when you start attacking life. But the name of the game of this deck is clearing board removal, starving life, and really watching out for this Monkey D Luffy and a little bit of this Sanji. But it's really this Monkey D Luffy. This deck runs through this card. Get rid of this card, starve the deck, and you pretty much just going to pack up this deck every single time. And that's a fact, not an opinion. Let's go ahead and get straight to the gameplay, gang. So we are back. As you guys can see, we just started the game. We lost the coin flip and he just rushed to go second. Like I said, this deck always wants to go second, so make sure you make it go first. But nonetheless, it doesn't matter. Like I said, starve, board removal, and if you are playing Be by Luffy, you do not need to starve actually. So you guys won't be seeing me starve, because once we start getting to powers like 7 and 9, this deck really has a hard time just really getting that high in power without doing too much Don investment. So he actually goes out to his searcher. He actually picks no cards because he's a goofy goober.
Well, saying you're a kid, it's like saying I'm a kid.
Here's your goober meal, sir.
I'm supposed to get a toy with this? Thanks.
Of course, and he's actually searching out again. Okay, cool. He put the cards back on the top. It's our turn. We're at our 3 Don turn. Okay, I think we just go straight into 7. Like I said, the name of the game is starving, but the way I'm playing is I'm playing Be by Luffy. I don't really care if these little fucking ants are on the ground, because we're playing Be by Luffy, bro, so it doesn't really matter. He actually brings out the Luffy and the boa. So like I said, the name of the game is getting rid of that Luffy. So let's go ahead and see what he does. He puts 1 Don on Nami. He's probably just going to rush attack us, which is completely fine. Next turn, we have to get rid of this Monkey D Luffy. You guys see on the screen here real quick. Confirm those 2. That's fine. He's at plus 2,000. He's attacking at 5. Like I said, it's nothing but peanuts. Okay, you know those gnats around the fruit? You know, every time you go downstairs, you haven't ate the fruit in a while, and they're just all over the place. That's what this deck is. A whole bunch of gnats and ants all over the place. So he attacks us. That's fine with both his leader and Nami. The name of the game right now is to get rid of that fucking Luffy. Me personally, I don't know if I really want to do that right at this moment, because we do have the Sabo in our hand, but we might have to just get rid of that Yeah, we might just have to get rid of it. I'm not sure. What do you guys think, gang? What do you think we should do for the streets? Should we just style out, just go in the Sabo, or should we just go out in the Zeus and fuck his bitch? Okay, I think that's just the move. I think we just go out in the Zeus and fuck his bitch, right? Let's just go ahead and attack this Nami. Like I said, you just clear the board. They have all these ants on the ground. We're gonna go out in the Zeus. Let's get rid of that Luffy. Like I said, the Luffy is the staple and glue of this deck. Go out to the Garp. Let's get the big ace. We can get the little ace later. And then we can bring out this Monkey D. Luffy. Another thing about this deck is that this deck truly doesn't really have too many options for board removal at this point in time, except for that one event I did show you where it removes a 5 cost or lower. But for the most part, this deck doesn't really run board removal, and that is a fact, not opinion. Remember, I'm attacking into the leader right now because I'm playing BY Luffy. If you're not playing BY Luffy, you need to starve. Just starve him out. Have him keep on committing to the board, wasting shit from his hand, and just keep on attacking the board. See, look, he brings out a Monkey D. Luffy. I told you, this is the staple. These two are the staple cards of this whole entire deck, okay? And we just have to keep on removing them as much as possible. If we cannot remove them, we're just gonna get our leader to 9K and really just start spinning. He puts 1 on this character right here. He's gonna attack me at 7. That's fine. Yeah, we can just, yeah, look, they can't even use anything high, so we might as well get rid of the Ice Age Junior. He's gonna attack us for 5. Like I said, just clean up the peanuts. That's all you got to do. Clean up the peanuts. We have not seen our Rocket Luffy at all, unfortunately, which means we're gonna have to keep this on board. He actually does not attack into us. That's fine. It's our turn. We do not have Rocket Luffy, and this is why I said it doesn't really matter for us personally, for BY Luffy, because now we could just full spin and not really have any worries, because it's very hard for this deck to get at 9K consistently. So let's get rid of this Sabo and bring out the Sabo Luffy. We already have the Luffy on the field, so go ahead, bring this back out. We don't waste no dime because he had that last turn. Bring out the Sabo. That's fine. He's at 4K. Use the leader ability. We could just attack with Garp. We're at 9K. That's what I said. We could just attack with Garp, but we're gonna attack at 13, and so we just have enough for room. He does not have Gold D Roger because he cannot play it. And this is another reason why this deck really loses. I didn't really notice or put this in how to beat it when I was talking about it, but like when you start getting the high attack power on your leader, this deck really struggles. So anything that can, you know, really bump up that attacking power for your leader, this deck is going to struggle. Look, he just rage quits. He just rage quits. That's how fast it is. That's how fast it is. Okay, let's go ahead and get straight to our next game. Luffy right there. That's perfectly fine. And we actually ended up going second. You see this? Look at this. We're going second here. We are going second, and now it's slowing down this deck's capability, bro. This deck really falls apart if you just make him go first. Attack at life. Like I said, it doesn't really matter for us attacking life because we are BY Luffy, but the name of the game is starving, clearing board, and getting rid of that Luffy and Sanji. And that's a fact, not an opinion. Hold on, y'all. I have to turn this song, y'all. Hold up. All right, we good. You always got to make him think. You always got to make him think, make him seem like, oh shit, did I just misplay? Did I just do that? Goes out to the Sanji, and he goes out into this Brook. Okay, give up the 2 rested Dawn cards to your leader or one of your characters. That's fine. Goes out into Nami. That's fine. He's probably going to attack us for 2. Confirm, yeah. Probably going to attack us for 5. Looks like he's going to attack us for 2, 4, 6. Looks like he's going to attack us for 6, 6. Attack at 6. That's fine. Like I said, I'm not really worried about this deck at all. We're actually going to use that trigger. I think we get the Sabo 100% of the time. We already have a... I think we get big body Sabo. Yeah, we get big body Sabo. And he attacks us at 6. That's fine. Really don't want to use any of my 2Ks here. That's fine. And that's why I love playing red decks, because you usually always have some fucking the fruit flies over here, and it helps us get to 0 life. Like I said earlier, we are playing Be Luffy, so majority of the games you aren't playing this deck, you have to starve and get rid of the bodies on the board. It's our turn. We're just gonna full spin here. Yeah, we're just gonna full spin. We do have the Luffy. I think we just go into, because I do want to save this ace, to be honest with you. You guys really thought I was gonna save this ace? Fuck no. We're gonna go into this Sabo, bounce back, make me 9K. And the reason why I really want to be at 9K right now, you guys probably wondering, you could have went to Rocket Luffy to pretty much get rid of that Sanji. I know, but I want him to use his life, his own life, and so he can attack. You get what I'm saying? So our turn still. Let's just attack at 11, and we can bring down a Luffy for that Rocket Luffy for next turn. And yeah, we have 2 down up, but it is what it is. So we're looking solid. This deck really struggles going into high power leaders, so looking real solid right now. Attacks at 5. This guy doesn't know how to play against BY Luffy. That is fantastic. So I'm saying, low awareness. You just saw me combo off like that, and you didn't realize I'm at 9K. Here's another thing too. It's just really hard for me to find a game, y'all. It just really is hard for me to find a game because this deck really just struggles against BY Luffy. Look, he's attacked me at 6. I don't know what he's doing. I think this is probably going to be a quit. I'm not going to sit here keep trying to play games if this is what's going to happen. So our turn. I think we just get the ace, right? Because we already have a Rocket Luffy. I think we just get the ace. Get that ace. Get rid of the ace. What are we doing here? I think we put ace Rocket Luffy 100%. Or we go into there we go. I didn't mean see ace. I meant to set power up Luffy. Power up Luffy, get rid of this card right here. I want him to start taking his own life. And we can actually play, we actually get the fucking Rocket Luffy on the spin as well. So we're at 9K again. And yeah, this guy's just gonna lose, bro. I mean, this isn't even fair. It feels like I'm just beating up on a you know, on somebody that's never played this card game before. This is just not even fair, to be honest with you. Attack at 9. Attack at 9. Next turn he's going to lose. Yeah, really uneventful, y'all. I'm gonna be real with y'all, but that's how easy this deck is for BY Luffy. He has all these cards in his hand. It doesn't matter. He can do whatever he wants. He can take his last life. He can put out an unblockable, but I got 2, 4, 6. I have 9. I have 11. I have 12 2Ks pretty much counter in my hand, so there's nothing he could truly do. The game's over. The game's fucking over. Very easy deck to beat if you are BY Luffy, but like I said, starving is the game, clearing the board. Mainly just getting rid of that Sanji and that yeah, he's trying to do the unblockable thing. 16, that was the only thing he could do, but I have all this counter in my hand. None of this shit even matters. Yeah, this shit doesn't even matter, bro. It's Jove, and that's the end of the game. I already knew he was probably gonna do that, but even then I still had an extra 4K counter in my hand, so that's just a firm handshake if I've ever seen one right there. So let's go ahead and go to our turn. Use this power up Luffy, attach 1 Dawn, attack at 7. Yeah, this game's over, bro. Attack at 7. And then we attack at 7 with our Luffy here. Okay, he actually takes it because he runs out of counter. Okay, that was definitely weird. We'll put all our counter on Garp. Punch the shit out of this fucking guy. and he just loses. Yeah, this deck is just free for us. But yeah, that's how you beat Silver's Rally. Really uneventful, but I told you guys, once you know the gameplay, this deck is pretty much free. Look, this is all I got. Tell me below if you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. But look, before I go, if you was feeling the vibes, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll go.